Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently constructing things, and the things that we are constructing is construction sectors. This is going to be very interesting economically. By interesting, I mean painful. So it's definitely going to be a problem, but we can definitely pay off our debt without constructing simultaneously. We just want to get a bunch of these power plants and glassworks done before we run out of debt ceiling, right? That's the idea here, hopefully. The North German Federation is conciliatory now. Fascinating. There's concrete dockyards done. That gives us modern docks. So let's go to our ports. Modern port. Cool. What could go wrong with needing more oil? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not sure of that at all. Our economy has been floundering a little bit. I do expect it to start growing again fairly soon. Our main problem right now, of course, is, well, we have some unproductive trade routes. I suppose we could get rid of those. These unproductive and inactive trade routes. There we go. Our main problem right now is our sheer number of people that we have not working. 105 million. That's a huge percentage of our economy that is not working. Market access is an issue. We should probably think about doing something there. This just needs employees. These here, they could definitely use actual expansion. So we'll get that going. And do we need any government administrations right now? Kinda. We could use one, I suppose. Okay, so that's reasonably fine. And our economy is starting to grow again now, I think. I hope? I wish. Cool. So we have a lot of private construction power plants being built at this moment. That's definitely a thing that's happening. We also are expanding our glassworks. That's 8 weeks out. And we have a bunch of power plants and universities in the background being worked on. How many pages are we building at once now? Almost 15. That's a lot of simultaneous construction. No doubt about that, but is it enough? I mean, we're up to 107 million unemployment now. It's a crazy, crazy amount of jobs that we need, right? No doubt about that. I think grabbing... Actually, let's take a look at our tech real quick here. I want to see what is being exposed right now. Radio? I believe there's another thing that gets exposed. Destroyer is exposed. And not mass propaganda. Macroeconomics. Okay. So we have those three being worked on. Sure. That's all well and good. We're at 76% literacy at this moment. That's fine as well. We're working on public health insurance and stamping out monarchism. Again, we're going to go beyond the end of the game. We're almost certainly going to need to for stamping out monarchism. It feels like more than 17 months have passed here. I feel like we're only getting partial progress here. Because this started ticking in 1932. And it's 1934. So that's definitely interesting. Does it tick a full month on this month tick? It does. So I guess we weren't getting credit for some months. I'm not sure why. But sure. We're going to have to go a little bit beyond the end date. That's not shocking. Radio is now a possibility. Do we have any electrics industries? I don't think we do. We may want to get some. Indeed. Let's build some in Zhengzhi. And how many are we going to build here? I'm going to build, well, a full production line of them. So 51. Okay, so that's underway. We're going to be building a lot more than just that, obviously. We've got a lot of universities in the background. Those are going to be done eventually. 49 weeks currently, so we're getting through a page a week, in theory. Macroeconomics has just been unlocked. Okay, cool. And there's not enough healthcare. We are going to get enactment success chance here, I think. Let's go up to 43%. Are these guys trying to restore serfdom abolished? They are. Okay. Workplace safety office has gone up. Cool. So, I mean, that's going to give us more unemployment. Always going to be a good time there. No doubt about that. But that's reasonably fine. We're going to get these electrics industries done. Once those are done, we can turn up our production method for our government administrations. We can switch to telephone switchboards at that point. But we don't have the telephones to do this right now. But this will be a very, very good thing for us. So we'll prepare for that. We're not quite there yet. This is going to cap at 58, and are we actually getting credit for this? I think we are. Oh no, this is considered... Yeah, this is unchecking the Civil War at this point. That's a little bit wild, right? You have to have your progress not greater than 0. So this would have to completely go away. So that's why we're only getting progress some months. Okay. Destroyers have been unlocked. Do we have our Navy turned down right now? Man o' Wars would be more expensive. Okay. Just checking here. Yeah, that is as cheap as it gets there. We could go for naval traditions and save a tiny amount of money. Very tiny. That seems fine for now. Our primary plan, as far as finances are concerned, is dropping our Social Security, right? And that's 13 weeks away from dropping. So that's fine. It should be okay. It should be fine. Will that bring us fully positive? I don't know. The answer to that is a definite maybe. Oil and glass are both expensive. This is unproductive. We'll get rid of that. Mass propaganda unlocked. So that gives us enough authority to actually give ourselves a consumption tax. I like it. And we're going to go for a consumption tax on tobacco. That'll save us a good amount of cash, or rather make us the cash. So yeah, this just does not tick forward as long as we have this bar up at all. Which is intriguing, for sure. That does mean that it's going to take us a little while after the end of the game. We did know that that was going to be the case, though. That was always very, very likely. So how are we doing on keeping up with our unemployment numbers? We are not. We're not, is the answer. We should probably think about... Let's see, we're working on modern financial instruments right now. And there's 19 months left on that. Art Silk is being exposed currently. And what over here? Behaviorism? Okay, sure. And sea lane strategies. I'd love to get arc welding. There's Art Silk. We now can get rayon. So I would be interested in potentially doing that. Would that be a benefit to us? Not really, actually. That would destroy the price of dye and the price of silk and consume more wood. So right now, that's not worthwhile for us. We'll not do that. Excellent. Eventually, these guys will give up on their restoring serfdom abolished. We'll see when they decide to, and then we can start ticking forward again on stamping out monarchism. But yeah, I'm fine with going beyond the end of the game. It's not a big deal. We won't get achievements. It doesn't matter. Law advancement. Cool. So 57.8 on public health insurance now. Again, this is going to hurt our unemployment numbers. That's going to be kind of rough. No doubt about that. We certainly do need to work on our unemployment. And that basically means that we need arc welding, right? Badly. There's sea lane strategies, sure. I guess we can get additional naval bases. We can queue these up at the end of the list. It's a low priority, but that'll fill some jobs and do it quickly. So that's reasonably fine. These electrics industries will be done in about 8 weeks. Wait, we're positive right now? Oh, our institution dropped. Right. Yep, that's fine. Cool. So with our institution dropping, we know that our standard of living is diminishing, right? And this is because of our sheer amount of unemployment. We definitely need to work on it. And yeah, this is not getting any progress at all. So that's noted. Fire him. Get out of here. We don't need all these generals at this moment. So that's looking good. We're paying down our debts at this moment, and that is absolutely excellent. I would like to further expand our construction sectors. We don't have the finances for it right now. but it would definitely be something that I would like to do. Behaviorism unlocked. Cool. So that gives us a bunch of extra bureaucracy and influence, not like we need the influence, but that definitely gives us a bunch of that. Our electrics industries are going to be finishing up very shortly. Beautiful. Okay, cool. This wheat farm can be canceled, and now we can think about grabbing, in our government administration here, telephone switchboards. Beautiful. That'll give us a bunch of extra bureaucrat employment as well. That's a very, very good thing for us. Yes, this is saying that it will lose us money at this moment. And that may well be true. We're probably going to need additional electrics industries, and I'm going to queue up another one in Shandong here. So we'll get that going. We'll put in 51 of those, and what do we have for employment here? 10%? Yeah, that's not shocking. So we're down to minus 1.38 million. We'll see if that needs to remain. Yeah, we're running telephone input goods shortages on, like, everything. Tractors and mechanized slaughterhouses finishing up here. I would love to run this. This will decrease labor amounts, and this may cause some issues eventually. We'll see. We'll see if this gives us any major problems. For the moment, we probably do have to back off of telephone switchboards, to be honest. So I think for now, we're going to go back to the standardized filing system. And we'll get this built and see what other problems that creates. Glass and oil are considered expensive right now. These wood import routes are unproductive. We'll get rid of those. We have some taxation capacity issues, but I think that was only because of our production method, our input goods shortage. We have an oil input goods shortage, and I would like to import some. So we'll do what we can there. Otherwise, that looks reasonable. Reasonable. Cool. So we're constructing very quickly, right? No doubt about that. I want to go through here and make sure that all of these are set up to auto-expand that can. Do we want to be on radio production? Maybe only in Shandong. So something like this. We can have these then be publicly traded. Oh, I wanted to check the rest of these for auto-expansion. Power plants can auto-expand. Yes, we're not going to do coal-fired plants. We do, of course, have a lack of coal right now. Okay, that all looks good. Beautiful. So with all of that happening, at this point, what is the plan? The plan is to let our Social Security drop. And then once that's dropped, and actually this just went away, so we should be getting this again. We also just completed a tech, and I pressed, I think, the C button, and it went away. I was trying to hit the space bar, but I managed to hit the C button. What tech was that? What tech did we just get here? We're on electric railways. Sure, we were on Art Silk previously. Here we just recently got C-lane strategies. Is there anything we're exposed to here? I don't think so. Over here, we're on mass surveillance. Oh, we got... no, we got macroeconomics a while ago. I don't know what tech that was. Newly formed parties. Okay, sure. And we are at decent legitimacy here. What I want to do right now is I want to check on... we do have this election coming up. I want to check on something. What did I want to check on? I can't remember. Okay, cool. So it must not have been particularly important. New political movement to restore private health insurance. Okay. For now, we're ticking forward on our stamping out of monarchism. No, we're not. Yeah, we're not getting credit for that. This is ticking down. This is not ticking up, but because this political movement exists. Okay. Unfortunately, we did not succeed here, but we can get ourselves a 20 or a 40% increase here. That's a 20% increase. Okay, cool. Dutch East Indies wants a trade agreement. I'll accept that. And hey, we're positive again financially. Excellent. That's what we want to see. So we have all of these electrics industries here. We're not going to be building any additional universities over what we have queued up here, and realistically, we're working on all of those. So we're getting pretty close to filling out our construction queue. There's plus 25 taxation capacity, so we probably don't need too much here. We need a little bit, I suppose. In fact, this needs 3. There we go. Electric railways have now been unlocked. That gives us a number of production methods. So we're going to hop into our rural areas here. And that gives us access to rail log carts, which we will definitely do. Refrigerated rail cars, yes please. And we're already on tanker cars here, so that's fine. Anything in the urban areas that we can do. We could go to public motor carriages. That will increase the price of transportation dramatically. I think this is good. It will reduce our laborer amount. And if we need to reduce the price of transportation, we can do so. Easily enough by coming in here and going to like wooden passenger carriages or even to steel passenger carriages. This will destroy our infrastructure, to be clear. But we could go to electric trains to offset that, which will destroy the price of electricity and engines. But maybe that's okay. What does this put us at? Let's let this run for 1 tick. It looks grim. It is actually kind of grim. Okay, so what do we have for... Yeah, this is still low market access, but I want to check in on our infrastructures here. Actually, it's pretty decent. Government administrations are reasonable. So most of this is going into subsidies right now. Right. So what is our subsidy cost here? Electricity? Engines and electricity. Okay. So we could definitely look to import engines and electricity. There's no doubt about... Actually, we can't import electricity. We can import engines. And I'm okay with doing that. So we import, like, all of that. And that, of course, does mean that we should start working on our own motor industries, which we do have some of. I'm going to take this up to plus 10. I'm going to take this up to plus... What does this need to be? Plus 18? Yeah. This needs to be plus 20. This, of course, needs to be taken up to, let's see here, 4, and then, so 24. Okay. 24, there we go. This goes up as well to 25. Cool. This would need to go up to 29. This would need to go up to 29 as well. This would need to go up to 31. So, I mean, there's a lot here, and our finances are grim, but we can always pause our construction, and by the time we get that done, that should be okay. We can also back off on some of these production methods if we need to. We'll see how necessary that ends up being. This should be plus 32 here. This should be plus 32 as well. So we'll take that up like so. This needs to be plus 42. There we go. And then this needs to be plus 44. That was 45. We'll bring that back. And we, of course, need this to be plus 50, which I'm going to put that up at the bottom. So something along the lines of that. That gets our motor industries queued up. Now I'm going to come in here and we're going to take this up to, and I'm doing this at the bottom. We're going to put this at plus 25, I guess. And then I'm going to just put these at plus 50. And we're going to put a bunch of these in at the bottom of the queue. Beautiful. Something like that. So that's going to take a while to construct, right? And we can definitely back off on this. So we can go to steam trains, we can go to cargo prioritization, and then we come back in here and we go to personal transportation only. So we sit here, and that allows us to pay off our debt while working on these constructions. We do still have reduced construction efficiency in perm, but that's fine. We should be building all of these motor industries, I think, or close to them simultaneously. Close to them. Cool. So that's underway there. We did dip back negative in terms of finances here. Why is that? Welfare payments are still a big part of it. How much more can we drop those? Modern financial instruments is actually a big deal for us. Minus 2% loan there and 10% minting. So we'll see what that brings us to. 26 weeks on dropping this. Okay. That should be acceptable. We're going to immediately begin work on arc welding here. Yes, that's going to take 33 months. It's going to be a little on the slow side. It's going to be beyond the end date of the game, but we know we're going to go beyond the end date. We're going until stamping out monarchism is complete. Which, it's kind of slow due to jerks like these. Is it actually ticking right now? I wish this went up by like 0.25 per week instead of one per month. That would be nice. Actually, our economy has definitely recovered a decent amount there. So as we get some of these motor industries built, that'll be a very, very good thing. Beautiful. So we've got 121 weeks on this construction queue. Did this go up? Yes, it did. Okay. So even with this here, but because they're not actually starting a rebellion, presumably. Yeah, it's definitely going up. So Workplace Safety Office is also increasing, which is hurting our unemployment numbers, of course. Once we drop our welfare, we're going to further expand our construction. That is very necessary. The unemployment problem is a big problem. We just can't afford to subsidize it, right? We need to be constructing more, is what this means. We need to be constructing a lot more. To a crazy degree. So we'll work our way through what we can here. That's interesting that I guess this includes... No, that's the government constructions. Why is that number going down? I know why it's going up, because this is getting auto-queued down here, right? That makes sense. But why did I see it go down once? Yeah, right there. Interesting. Max Health System Institution investment. We also got flash freezing unlocked. And we're probably going to pass public health insurance here. There we go. Beautiful. So let's go into our institutions and let's take our health system up to the max. Because, you know, we need more people. What could possibly go wrong with that? We have a huge population problem. As in, we have too much population. More specifically, we have too few jobs. It's not that we have too much population, it's that we have too few jobs. So we have some unproductive trade routes here, and we'll get rid of those. No problem. These motor industries are going to be done in about 12 weeks. And what law do we want to work on next? We should be working on one. We're on wage subsidies right now. We can't really get off of that. Let's see. Rights of women. We could go to women's suffrage. That would reduce our birth rate. Which is arguably a very good thing. Let's do that. So women's suffrage would be good for us here. We'll pass that. That will increase our workforce ratio, but that will decrease our birth rate. So we're quite happy about that. That said, we can't do it. The scholar officials are too angry, the Confucian scholars, and interestingly, the armed forces. So we can't pass that right now. We're going to have to get a different timing for that, possibly after the election. Let's let the election go through. And we'll see what our law situation looks like at that point. And then we'll try to pass that. Britain is embargoing us. I don't really care. They can do that. That's fine. We're building a bunch of motor industries. There's our NCO training. Okay, cool. So that's good. Can we go to, like, laissez-faire? No, we cannot do that at this moment. We'll see what happens after this election. Okay, so there's our election. Beautiful. The Social Democratic Party wins 52% of the vote. So with that, our government is actually pretty good, but this would be a 100% righteousness government. We'll put that in with our free government reform. And from there, we're on cultural exclusion. Would we be better off on multiculturalism? Maybe. No one's really opposed to this. Maybe we should pass it. Cool. Scholar officials are now marginalized, so that'll actually help us pass a lot of laws. That's really good. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, the game is going to end, but we will continue until we finish stamping out monarchism. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, MLohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.